Good morning. I'm Christy Duffy for SmarTrend News. Today is Wednesday, July 21st, and this is your opening bell market update. U.S. stock futures are trading higher Wednesday as investors turn their focus to the upbeat earnings that have been released and head of testimony by Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke. Bernanke will start speaking at 2 p.m. Eastern. European Central Bank President Jean-Claude Trichet is expected to meet with European bank executives today in Frankfurt and comes ahead of the release of the results from the European bank stress test on Friday. In corporate news, Eaton Corporation reported a second quarter net income of $226 million or $1.33 per share, up from $29 million or 17 cents per share in the year-ago period. Earnings excluding certain items were $1.36 per share. Revenues rose 16% year-over-year to $3.38 billion. Earnings due out today include GlaxoSmithKline and eBay. Now looking at the numbers, the Dow Jones Industrial Average futures are trading 12 points above fair value, the S&P 500 futures trading 2.5 points above fair value, and the Nasdaq Composite futures trading 10.75 points above fair value. Now let's turn to Andy Zamfotis from Agard Capital for more on what's happening in the markets today. Andy?
Morning, Christy. Well, the market staged a pretty good turnaround yesterday thanks to some strength in the energy sector. Also, as investors realized that Goldman Sachs' quarter wasn't as bad as some of the headlines made it appear. So that kind of made up for some of the earlier disappointment with respect to Texas Instruments and IBM. After the close yesterday, Apple once again continued its streak of better than expected earnings and revenue. Even though gross margins fell a little bit in the quarter, the number of iPads and iPhones sold did top estimates, and those shares are up $8 pre-market. The only disappointment from yesterday was in Yahoo, the company once again having some revenue issues, and those shares are under pressure by about 5%. Bernanke is set to testify to the Senate Banking Committee today regarding monetary policy. Not a whole lot expected, but people will be listening to see if he clues us into what he's thinking and what he's seeing out there in the economy. The economic data front is pretty quiet, but the earnings calendar is very full. We have Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, Qualcomm, and a whole host of other companies set to report today. So we'll be watching these reports to see if investors' concerns with respect to growth are still warranted.
All right, thanks so much, Andy. I'm Christy Duffy for SmarTrend News. For more news and market analysis, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Trade the Trend. Also visit our website, tradethetrend.com, for more headlines.